Diane in Denmark here, just a very quick video. I'm making dinner and tonight we're having a family favourite recipe, a recipe that I got from my DDMIL, my dearly departed Danish mother-in-law. And it's quite cute because her second husband, not my husband's father, but his stepfather, would type out her recipes for her because her writing was a scrawl and nobody could read it, so he would type them up, and I've still got this recipe today, and we make it often because it's one of those really super simple things. Anyway, I've got started. I've already washed my hands, and I just wanted to let you see what it was because some of you have asked on Instagram. Now I've got some oil. Oh, shall I tell you what it is? Hold on, I'll tell you what it is. It is a very easy dish, but very tasty. You know, I love these easy but tasty things. And it's called, the name of the recipe was Thai rejer, which means Thai prawns. Now, as far as I can see from the recipe and the ingredients, it's not really got anything to do with Thailand. I mean, it's got parsley in it. That's a herb that we use a lot in Denmark. There's some curry powder in it and some chili. But apart from that, there's kind of nothing I can see that would make it come from Thailand. Anyway, and I'm not actually sure where she got the recipe, if it was something from like a weekly magazine. You know, she had all the Danish weekly magazines like Hjem and Søndag and all those things. So, and she was a really good cook, but she kept things kind of simple and was very organised, super organised, my dearly departed Danish mother-in-law. Anyway, it's a very easy dish to make, and especially when it's really, really hot and you don't want to cook, but want to have something easy for the family. So it's prawns in a kind of spicy, creamy sauce, and I'm serving it with rice, so don't let me go away without putting the rice on, because I'm about to go and pick up one of the kids, but I can make this now, put on the rice, and when I come back it's all done. But the actual Thai prawn part, that's very easy. It's only going to take 5 minutes. So what I've done is, I just got it heating. I've heated up in a little pan. I've got some, a wee spot of oil, or butter, whatever you use normally. And what I'm going to add, and I've just heated that up, and I'm going to put in like a really good heat tablespoon of curry. That's going to give it a lot of the flavour. It's just heating up again. And I don't go measuring out like tablespoons, I just kind of eyeball it. Right. And a wee bit more. There you go. And the curry will start frying in the oil or the butter. And that was a tip that I learned when I came to Denmark. I never did that when I was in Britain or living in Luxembourg. But I can smell it now, and when you fry the spices like that, it really brings out the aroma and gets the flavour going. Right, okay. So it's begun to fizz up a bit. I don't know if you can see that today. Right, and then I'm just going to add straight in, I've got some garlic, a couple of cloves of garlic. And hold on, I'll just give it a wee stir first to get the garlic going. There we go, and then I'm going to add in, I've got some chopped bell peppers. I've got one big red pepper and a yellow one. There we go. And you can add your own veggies to this. That's the basic recipe was with peppers. Smells good already. And you can do this two ways. Either you can kind of fry your prawns. I've been thawing those. You can fry those with the veggies. Let me just do that. I can have mine just out. But if you kind of forget forget about dinner, if you haven't planned it, if you haven't taken things out of the fridge, you could actually add in frozen prawns once you've got the liquid in. And if your prawns are small like these ones, they will defrost within minutes. So it's a really good last minute dish to make. Okay, let me just get that back on the heat. Right, so in there we've got a spot of oil or butter, curry powder, and then I've added a couple of cloves of garlic, the bell peppers, and quite often I'll add in something like a couple of handfuls of spinach at the end to boost it up. You could add wee broccoli, florets. I've got some peas in their pod that I might add in there as well, so you've got lots of veggies going on in there. I'll add in a few chilli flakes, you know, as much as your family likes, to give a wee bit of oomph and ooh la la. There we are. Also looks pretty. And let me just do a poop up while I'm going along. Put this back here. And then the last thing, hold on, sorry. So you're just basically going to give that a couple of minutes just to absorb the flavour of the spices. And I say what we'll do, our salt and pepper. And the other one. Lots of pepper. And when I was watching the new Han Solo, you know, the new Star Wars movie, I was thinking again about the sound of the TIE fighters, and it really does sound like this pepper mill that I've got. Listen. Really sounds like a TIE fighter to me. Anyway, enough of that. I'll put those here just now. And you'll notice for once that the table is not set here. That's because we're eating out on the deck again because it's so fantastic weather. Right. Okay, so here's a wee lookie. Add it before I add anything else. Can you see in there? Looking good. I'll tell you what's not looking good, and that's my nails, because I've been gardening so much at the weekend. I'm going to do my nails tonight. Okay, and the last things that I'm going to add are tomato puree, not ketchup, but tomato puree. You know, the stuff you can sometimes get in little tins. And what is it my mother-in-law would say? She would normally use like a little tin, about 80 grams, but it'll be about, you know, 2 generous tablespoons of tomato puree just to boost the tomato flavour. Get our boosters going. A bit more. Okay. And let me just write that down on my list for errand day because we are getting to the end. Hold on. Tomato puree. Okay, right, and that can go back in the fridge. That a wee stir. And then I'm going to add some cream, or I can't remember what they call it in the States. Is it half and half? But this is 38%, quite a lot of fat in it. That's what gives it the flavour. I'm going to add that. And I'm adding like enough to cover, just kind of cover it. And then the other thing that I'm going to add is a good old tin of tomatoes. And normally I buy the ones that are just peeled and not chopped, but these ones are actually already chopped, so even lazier today. Add those. Boom, boom. Oh, got it all up the walls. Right, okay, that's going in my recycling. Glass, metal recycling. Okay. And let me just check my list, because that's the thing, it's always good to check that everything's in. So in there we have got, from the top, let's take it from the top. Oil or butter for frying your curry powder. And then I've got a couple of garlic cloves, so I'm just kind of translating here. And then I had like the bell peppers, and I used red and yellow, use whatever you've got. And then there's tomato puree in there, chili flakes, and salt and pepper, and cream, pouring cream, and a tin of tomatoes. And normally I would add in like a teaspoonful of sugar when I'm using canned tomatoes, but the cream is quite sweet, so I'll check that later before I serve it to the family. See that? And then all you have to do is just basically let it sit. Hold on, I'll show you again, but it's not going to change much now from how it looks at the moment. But you can see it goes a really nice pinky colour, and it's really, it's really Moorish. I mean, it's very, very basic, but it's a good combo of things. And what I will do is, let me just get a wee plate, because I don't want to put things on the counter. There. So don't make mess. Oh, hold on, you can't see there, can you? Yeah. So you can't see, so don't make mess on the actual counter. Right, lid on, and I'll leave it, I'll just put it on a slow heat for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going away and pick up one of the kids, and that'll switch off itself after the 5 minutes. And meanwhile, I will cook the rice. And I've got my rice cooker here, my beloved rice cooker. I've done boiled rice, you know, in the Instant Pot a few times, but really the rice cooker, I'm not getting rid of my rice cooker yet because it's just so simple. Right, I've 2 measures of rice, which I have rinsed. That's in. And then all I'll have to do is fill it up to the number 2 mark right here. There we go. And I don't actually put in any salt with the rice because we like to salt food ourselves. And actually I don't notice it on the rice. Sometimes I put it on at the end, but I try and keep the salt down because I actually like to add it myself. You know, we have used a lot of Maldon salt. But the Maldon sea salt you can use more than regular salt because it's not as intense. Right. So just make sure that I've got my rice cooker on before I leave here. I love having things that have a timer on it because it means that you can just go off and leave things and dinner will be ready. Right, okay, let me see. Because I've got a rice cooker that I bought in France, so it's got French instructions on. So I want le riz blanc, démarrer, voilà, et c'est parti. So that's done. And all that's left for me to do is to finish doing my pupa. There wasn't much to do today. And as I said, at the end, when I serve it, I'll add some herbs. I've got some parsley in the garden. I've actually got some coriander, so I'll add some coriander to make it a bit more like a real Thai prawns. And that is it. So anyway, as usual, may the live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you. And let's try and keep cool out there. Okay, bye for now.